Hello, everyone. Today, I'm very sad. I'm very sad because mom is here, but she's not here. She's backstage and we're doing this together, but she's going to be giving me pointers from behind. So if you guys see me listening to another thing in the background, maybe she's telling me my mic is not working or something. But we're together. I know that this is beaming live to her channel as well, and it's so great to see you all. It's so great to have you here. It's sorry, I'm just making sure that I make sure that our other streaming platforms are working as they should. Mhm. Okay, it seems everything is going on well now. So, hi everyone, my name is Janet and I'm an international school teacher. If you've seen my channel, if you've seen me on Mom's channel, you might have seen me on Palisa's channel. I think I'm everywhere on YouTube nowadays, and it's because I'm trying to drum up this call to action to teachers who look like us so they can get into education. I started this whole thing because when I was traveling around the world, taking my children to different countries, I realized that not only we're usually the only ones who looked like us, but not only that, there were also teachers who did not look like us. And the teachers who looked like us were nowhere to be found. And it so happened that my son enjoys school. He enjoys the social aspect of school. And for teachers like me out there, you know what it means. It means that my son was just a social butterfly at school, not really keen in his academics. And then suddenly he got to this year group. He was in year 9 at the time. Can you imagine playing all the way to year 9? But when he got to year 9, he had this Ghanaian teacher, and this Ghanaian teacher opened my son's eyes to what it meant, the opportunity he had, the fact that he was traveling from one country to the other, the fact that there were no two people like him, in occupying this space that he occupied, the fact that he had the privilege of doing all these things that other people did not have the privilege of doing. And my son became a scholar overnight. He became someone who would make sure everybody got ready in time. This is the same boy that we're going to school in the morning, we're calling him, come on, let's go, let's go. He will go there and he will have fun. I mean, some people didn't even know my name, but they knew me as my son's mom. They will say, Jite's mom. My daughter would be Jite's sister. Everybody knew Jite, but his academics were not on the same par. And then suddenly he got to year 9 and he became he became the class valedictorian. How did that happen when a child is going from nothing to something? It was a Ghanaian teacher. He had this Ghanaian teacher. Mr. Mensah, if you're watching this, you know how I feel about you. You are just there. My son is at university today because Mr. Mensah appeared in his class. And because Mr. Mensah showed him what it meant to see someone like you teaching you, to see someone occupying a space that you didn't. I mean, all his life, I think he had always seen maybe teachers who were not like him, teachers who had a different color from him. So he didn't think in his mind that he would ever reach there, or it was something that he should aspire to. But as soon as he saw Mr. Mensah, a black man like him, an African like him, a West African like him, forget the jollof rice wars, we see ourselves as brothers. My son woke up to the possibility of what could be. He woke up to the possibility of what he could become. At home, if not because I love Mr. Mensah myself, because of what he had done for my son, it was Mr. Mensah said this, Mr. Mensah said this. Do you know that Mr. Mensah, he has read how many books? Do you know Mr. Mensah went to the University of, and my son would talk about this man as if he had suddenly found a hero in the classroom. You know, when children get to a certain age, it's not as if they don't listen to their parents. It's just that they've had their parents all their lives. They're now looking outward for inspiration to become who they are meant to become the people that they were destined to become. And this inspiration can be seen in their friends, it could be seen in mentors, it could be seen in their teachers. And this man became for my son something I cannot put a finger on. And my mentoring journey started from that day because I decided that that one teacher changed the trajectory of my son's life. So we need more teachers at school changing the trajectory of young men's lives. I've said it in many of my videos on my channel, there are not many Black people in education. But I want to reiterate something. Not only are there not many Black people in education, people who look like us, there's also not many men in education. The reports are there, the statistics are there, the men are nowhere to be found. We need more men who look like us entering into this field, inspiring our sons, so that our sons can become great men, inspired by men who have gone out there to teach them and to inspire them. To get into these spaces, Omomi, who is backstage, as I said, and I decided that we will come out and show people the way. We'll shine light on the path so that people can see. And all this starts from the CV. That CV is something that they can't see you, but your CV is like your ambassador, speaking out for you, making sure that they see who you are professionally, and they can say, oh, come to the table, let's invite you to join in teaching the future generation what they should be. Today, we're going to be talking about a crucial part of that CV, a crucial part that is the first thing they see. You know, if I walk into your house and I look like my hair is scattered, I've got one shoe on, and I just look unkempt, your first impression is to shut the door so that this person does not come into your house. But then if you look closely, then you will see, oh, maybe she has something to offer, maybe she has something to say. But if you are seeing so many people, if you are a very busy person and you're seeing so many people, and I appear like that when other people are dressed properly, then I will tell you to step aside, or I will tell security to get rid of you. That is what our CV is like. Our CV goes out to speak for us when other people cannot see us, when other people, when other opportunities do not give us the chance for people to see us. And one of the most crucial parts of a CV, the most crucial part of a CV is not the biodata part of your CV, it's the professional summary. Your professional summary can make or break you. Your professional summary can make people continue reading your CV or throw it away and say, oh, I'm not interested in this. We want our professional summaries to speak for us. We want our professional summaries to open doors for us. We want our professional summaries to inspire people to look closer at all the other things that we write on our CV. So, tonight, I'm going to be showing you what I do to my professional CV that makes it stand out, that has helped me to go to 9 countries across 6 continents and enjoy every single moment of it. The first thing that I remember about my professional CV is that for a Nigerian teacher looking to teach abroad, a professional CV is meant to highlight the skills that other people do not have. I'm supposed to sell myself. If I'm selling myself as, for instance, I'm selling myself, everybody buys, let's say, everybody buys a mug, everybody creates a mug. If I want my mug to stand out, by the way, If you don't have a cup of tea with you, please grab a cup of tea and let's drink, and or something nice to drink, because this is going to be a hot one. Now, if I have a mug and I want to sell my mug, what makes my mug different from the other mug? What makes me buy this mug and not another mug, or a pink one, a blue one, a red one? Is because when I see this mug, there's something about this mug that draws me in. There's something about this mug that makes people see it and say, oh, I want to buy this. And that's our professional summary. When I'm putting my professional summary together, I need to remember what other people do not have and make sure that I put it on my CV. For my professional summary, Falake says, I have a cup of smoothie. Fortune, welcome. Thank you. Yes, evening. Mommy is here. So guys, she's here. She's here. She's not far away. Yes. So what smoothie do you have, Falake? I like banana and pineapple smoothie with strawberry. So yes, save one for me. Now, on this professional summary, I must make sure that I have a descriptive word of myself. I will sit down and think of the most crucial word to use that will attract someone. Will I just write teacher without any adjective in front of it? It would not work. What kind of teacher are you? Are you a dedicated teacher? Are you an analytical teacher? Are you a progressive teacher? Are you a teacher who's into diversity? Now, those kind of words, if you put it with that teacher, it suddenly takes the teacher in a different direction. Because an analytical teacher, oh, banana, watermelon, and cucumber are not. You're making me want to invite myself to use. Now, if I say, for instance, an analytical teacher and I say a dedicated teacher, I'm saying two different things. An analytical teacher is someone who is able to analyze a situation. Doesn't mean the person is dedicated. It just means the person knows how to analyze things really well. A dedicated teacher, on the other hand, is someone who is dedicated to the job, even when it might not be analytical, might not be able to pick the nitty-gritty of any problem, but he will stay with that problem and stay with the problem to the end. So what kind of teacher are you? Look for a good adjective and put with that and describe yourself. People on my mentoring group know that we have this thing where we say it's a 30-second video where you have to describe yourself in 30 seconds. More anointing, Jay. Thank you very much, Nasiru Nabo Kware. I'm happy that you are attending this. Now, people on my mentoring group know that I say things like, you have to make up a 30-second, not 30 minutes, 30-second video. On your 30-second video, you are selling yourself. Why is it 30 seconds? Because people's attention span is not what we think it is. If I have 2,000 people or 2,000 CVs to go through, I will not sit down and be reading something to the end. If you don't catch me in 30 seconds, I'm on to the next thing, because I have to finish my work before I leave. So the same thing with your professional summary. You talk about the kind of teacher you are right now. That will be your opening sentence. I'm a dedicated teacher, or I'm an analytical teacher. I have an example here which says, dedicated Nigerian teacher, or dedicated expert teacher. It shows that expert part there, or dedicated well-traveled teacher. Well-traveled in the sense that, okay, I've seen different cultures and I'm bringing all those cultures to you, or I'm able to adapt to different places, or I know about different places, and I'm coming to you with that dedication as a teacher to work with your school. Now, if I see a CV like that, I'll be intrigued. Well, dedicated, well-traveled teacher. Thank you, Blessing. I am trying my best to keep up the good work, because I want you guys to come out and inspire children all over the world. Now, the next thing you need to do on your professional summary is that you need to highlight your most crucial achievements. Oh, this part of it, sometimes people get it wrong. They feel that highlighting your achievements means that you need to talk about the goodness you've done in the classroom, or that you're able to teach and break down the curriculum. I think that that's common. I don't know what you think. Oh, thank you, Choma. Hello, Bumi. Welcome. I don't know how we need something that will stand out. We need something that will make us stand out from the crowd. If I say I'm a well-traveled teacher, you'll be wondering, who is this one? Where have you traveled to? And you will want to see me. You want to read other things on my CV. Now, if I've written dedicated, well-traveled teacher, and then you start to see that I've worked in 9 countries, oh, you see, I've caught you from the beginning that I'm a well-traveled teacher. If I write things that will just blend in and be like everybody else, have I stood out? I haven't. And if I don't stand out, nobody's going to pull me and help me stand out. I have to make myself stand out. Another thing that we need to remember is that your current job title must be in your professional summary. So if I could say dedicated, well-traveled maths and computing teacher, you see, I'm coming somewhere. The person that wrote teacher has just written teacher, dedicated, well-traveled teacher. That one too is there. Dedicated and well-traveled maths teacher or maths and computing teacher. You see, I've given myself a few more adjectives that makes the person want to see me. One, because maths maths teachers are in short supply right now. So I'm telling the person right from the get-go, look at all the things I have. And that thing will pull the person into my CV. Mention your teaching experience next. So you've given the first line, dedicated and well-traveled maths teacher. So what I want you guys to do now is to try and sit down and think about the thing that you have that is just what nobody has, and try and jot it down. Think about it. Are you someone who is really good with maths? Are you someone who is really good with art? We might think that art teachers are not in high demand. They are. They are in high demand and they are needed all over the world. Are you an art teacher? Are you a special needs teacher? Are you a speech therapist? How many speech therapists have we seen walking on the street? Not many. And how many SEN children out there need speech therapy? There are children nowadays that they don't start talking until they are 6, 7. And many schools need people who can work with these children. So if you are a teacher, for instance, and you write there, dedicated and analytical speech therapist, can you see how you stood out in your professional summary? So that's the first thing. And mention your years of experience. Dedicated and analytical, well-traveled speech therapist with 20 years of experience. Are we coming somewhere? Are we coming somewhere? Do you see how your professional summary has already started growing wings? It's growing wings and it's attracting people to have a look at it. Who is this person? Who is this well-established person? Or who is this established in their career? We're not just normal teachers. We want to stand out because the life that we live when we live abroad is such that it's not what we think it is in our home countries. It's not just linear. You have to be 3-dimensional. You have to be able to wear a lot of hats. And that's what they want to see, especially if you're coming to work with children in the diaspora who have a different range. They want to see the range in your professional conduct, your professional portfolio. Let me put it that way. Then we now come to the achievements. So you started with a strong opening, you've gone to your experience, and you've not written much. It's all within two sentences that we are still in now. You've not written much because we want to give them as many points as possible in 3 or 4 sentences. Just a short paragraph after your biodata, introducing yourself before you list your skills, before you start listing your experience. Then you're going to showcase your achievements. Include notable accomplishments like, improved students' engagement by 30%. So let's try and put it together. dedicated and analytical speech therapist, improved. Do you see how it's just it's just making your professional summary want to pull me in, because if I need a speech therapist, that's the person I'm picking. If I need a dedicated teacher, I'm picking that person. If I need someone who has increased children's achievements by 30%, I'm picking that person as well. And it just all comes together. Let's see what next we need to add to it. It says there, um, okay, so include how you increase the children's achievement. So don't just say increased students' achievement by 30%. Increase students' achievement by innovative or technological. Did you use technology to increase the students' achievement? Did you use storytelling? Because for someone like me who has worked in countries where English is not the first language, it could be that every time I want to teach them, I first add a story. And we know what children are like. Children like to hear stories. They want to hear stories. Ah, as I was going home yesterday, you see them, they want to hear. Because it's not monotonous. It's not the same, oh, 1 + 1, 2, 2 + 2. No, it's not that. I want to take them somewhere, but I start it with a hook, a preamble, a story to engage them. So I always use storytelling, especially when English is not their first language. You could use it in a country where English is the children's first language as well, but and it will hook them in, draw them in so that they can listen to you. Now, the next thing is that focus on your skills before you start. Yes, I tell a lot of stories to my pupils. Yes. Whew. Mine, mine will ask me things about my family. They will ask me things about my children. I don't want to tell them about my children, but I will tell them a story, just a little, just give them a little bit, and then I'll tell them, okay, we'll carry on the story after. They'll say, Mrs. B, you will not tell us a story. Let's finish the work. Then you will see. Then you see them, they are doing it as quickly as possible. This is a skill. It's a skill. And you cannot say, oh, I won't add it on my CV. It's just the way you put it on your CV that makes it stand out. Don't just say, I give the children gist all the time. It will be as if you are wasting their time. But you use innovative techniques. You see, you if you say you increase student engagement with innovative techniques, have you said that you gist? No, but you do increase their involvement and their engagement in class, and because of that they are able to actually enjoy the lesson after that, because they're interested not only in the story you've told them, but also interested in you, the teacher. And once children start liking you, they want to do more with you. They want to do more for you. They want to act, they want to impress you. And I think that's how Mr. Mensah impressed my son. The man used to tell them stories, and the stories he used to tell them, year 9. So year 9 in the UK would be equivalent to GSS 3. And that was the class my son was in when he finally woke up and became an A student. That means it was there. It was just that his teachers were not reaching him. Maybe he just felt, what are they saying again? Like, oh, they've come again to come and teach. But he didn't see himself in his teachers, and that teacher was able to reach him using something that he was, maybe they had in common. Probably. I know he's talking about football a lot, and my son loves football. So yeah. Also, if you're writing a professional summary for a teach abroad CV, try and put any international skills that you have. If the international skills you have is that you volunteered somewhere, or if the international skill that you have is that you've gone on a seminar, or you've gone on a CPD and you've actually mingled with people from all over the world, put it there. Because international schools or schools abroad like to hear that word, diversity, inclusion. Oof, find a way, even if it's to find it and wrap it around something. Find a way to put diversity and inclusion in your professional summary. Now, you see all these things I'm saying, it should not be more than 5 sentences. 5 sentences. You can make it maybe 3 compound sentences or 5 simple sentences, but this is what you should put in, so that in just those 5 sentences, you're giving the person looking at your CV so much information in as little words as possible. So they're not looking at it and thinking, oh my God, this is so long, I can't read it. No, we don't want that. We want them to see it as small. It's not too much, but even though it's not too much, it's just 5 sentences. It's packed, jam-packed with info. So you focus on skills that relevant international teaching. If you've taught the Cambridge A levels, or if you've taught if you've found a way to teach any international curriculum in your school, or if you work in an international school, put it there. Put it there. You've worked with a diverse range of learners who are, just find a way to put it there in your professional summary. These are target words that they need to see. They need to see that you are innovative. They need to see your achievement. They need to see international experience. They need to see that you are able to work with diverse groups. They need to see your years of experience. You see, so many things, but it's going into that little paragraph. And when you're writing a professional summary, do not keep writing, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. You are writing about yourself in third person, as if you're writing about someone else. Dedicated and innovative teacher, as if you're writing about someone else. But if you say, I am a dedicated and innovative teacher, yeah, most people write professional summary because it's like a label. You're putting a label on yourself, and on a label, you don't use I, me. No, you are just stating what it is that you have, so that the person is like picking up a packet, and you're looking at the label to see what the thing has. There's no I, there's no me. It's not personal at all. It's a professional summary. Professional. There's nothing personal in a professional summary. Now, use keywords from the job description. This is something that some people find really, really difficult to do, because if I look at the job description and I see that they need someone with IB experience, for example, and I don't have, third person language. It has to be third person language. Thank you. I told your mom is here. It has to be the third person. I shouldn't see I. I will dump the CV. I will just say, who is this person? Oh, who is this person? Who is this person? I know you've done it, but I want to see your English language skills. I want to see how your language skills evolve. So from that one paragraph of your professional summary, you are telling them that you are able to, your grammar is on point. Please make sure that your commas, your full stops are in the right places. If there's no comma, no full stop, try and use ellipsis, try and use semicolon, try and use a dash. Sometimes instead of using and, you can use a dash. Try and use a dash. Find a way. If you can, write what you need to write in the way you want to write it. Throw it in an AI software. Let it rewrite it for you. It will not add, it will not subtract. It will take it, and then you tell it, please write this as a professional summary for a teach abroad job in. It will write it for you, but you have to do the work, the first job of putting all the things you want to say, because at the end of the day, it's a machine. I'm a computer teacher. We have something we say in computing language: rubbish in, rubbish out. If you ask it a stupid question, it will give you a stupid answer. So you have to do the work at first, and you have to put all those things in place so that when it rewrites it for you and gives it to you, it will do a good job for you, because you're giving it a good job in the first place. Now, using the description from the job, using keywords from the job description. A lot of people don't read job description. I found out they see the job, they look through, they look for the link, apply here, and they just go to the apply here. It will not work. It will not work. Does it mean I have to tailor my professional summary for each job that I apply to? Yes. Yes, you do. These schools pay a lot of money, and because they pay a lot of money, to whom much is given, much is expected. Because the future of the children, you'll be the future of that country, the future of the children rests in your hands. A lot is expected from you because they will pay you to do the job because they know your importance in the classroom. And because of that, they will expect a lot from you as well. If you're a teacher who doesn't know where to put the right comma in the right places, they'll be afraid that you will not be able to put the children right. Because you might not be an English teacher, but you use English to teach the language, to teach whatever subject you're teaching, and they don't want you to undo the job of the English teacher. If the English teacher is telling them to put commas in certain places, and then you come there and just write. So you see, they're looking at a lot of things, and all this is in the first page. We've not even gone far. Biodata, professional summary. And that is the part where you have to hook them. So we have to be very careful about what we write. So if you see things in the job description like what's a good thing that they put in a job description that you will see? They will say we need a dedicated is something that they always use in most CVs and most job descriptions. I'm trying to think of a good. Let me see if I can type up a job here, a good job, and then we can probably use that as an example for a job, how to tailor your job description. Let's go to Tess, my favorite tess.com, my favorite. If you don't know Test, it should look like this. And you just go to if you're using your phone, you go to the three dots at the top. Francis Olashupo, hi. How are you? Emmanuel, how Madam Diaspora? I'm fine, my darling. Here on Sunday, dishing it out hot as I always do. I'm always here, so you can say hi, and she will see it in the comment section because she's in the comment section. Now we go to jobs, and let's see if we can find a job that we can tailor today. See, so the first thing I see here, we are seeking an organized and proactive HR recruitment administrator. Now, this is not a teaching job. It's not a teaching job, but I can use this if I'm going to write my professional summary for this job that says we are seeking an organized and proactive HR recruitment administrator. I must make sure that in my professional summary, I must put organized and proactive, well-traveled teacher, so that as soon as that ATS machine picks that thing that is in the job description, it has picked my CV. We're looking for organized and proactive. This person is organized and proactive. Put this CV aside as one of the yes. This CV doesn't have those target words. Put it aside as one of the no's. Do you see how we separate rice from beans when we're looking at teacher brought CVs? Let's see if I can find another one. Let me put in teaching job in tests and see what teaching job will give me, so that we know how to put in these keywords from the job description. It could say something like, let's see, it's still giving me the same thing. Passionate and detail-oriented invigilator. That means in my professional summary for that job that I am applying for, I must put passionate and detail-oriented teacher with 20 years of teaching experience. Has worked with, you see, I've not used passionate and detail-oriented. Choma says, now I see all the mistakes I've been making. Yes, and if you're going to the next job, you look at, just pick a few things from the job description, throw it in your professional summary. You must take things from the job description and put it in your professional summary. We're looking for someone with, let's see, what color is my hair? With gold hair. And I say, I did braids, my hair is a bit gray in front. I've not said anything from from what they're looking for. We're looking for someone with gold hair. I have gold braids with gray highlights. You see, I've put gold braids there. So even if they're not going to pick anything, they'll pick the gold that I've put in there. That's how we tailor our that's how we tailor our professional summary. Now let's see another example. We are seeking a passionate and dedicated teacher of performing arts. Of course, I will put passionate and dedicated performing arts teacher with 25 years of job experience. This is how we tailor our CV. This is it's a very simple thing. So that's why it's always good to have a master CV. When you have a master CV, you can always change it around at any time. And even if you go onto a website where they want you to fill out their own forms, your master CV, you just take things that you've already adjusted on your master CV and put on the CV. That's why mommy and I are always saying, please make that master CV. We want to see that master CV. Once you've done that master CV yourself, it's easy to it's like Play-Doh. You can mold it, you can do anything to it. You can mold it, you can shape it, you can play with it. Right. Let's see one more job. We are seeking, no, this is another dedicated. We are seeking a skilled and motivated lead practitioner of mathematics. What am I going to put in my professional summary? Skilled and motivated mathematics teacher. You see, I've hit that professional summary right there on the head. It's not hard. I just take it. I'm not even, do you know what? I'm not even thinking. That's a good thing about professional summary. I'm not thinking. I don't need to think too hard. I don't know. People say teaching is hard. Teaching is hard if you don't know the tricks. Should we say that again? Teaching is hard when you don't know the tricks. Once you know the tricks, let's use an example. Behavior management. Oh, the children don't listen. Did you put the behavior management in at the beginning of the lesson? Did you put it in at the beginning of the year? If you put it in at the end of the year, my class, all I just need to do is do. They know. They know. Non-verbal cues. Because I've put it in, I've drummed it into their head at the beginning. So the rest of the year, I just need to look or stare or wow. If I say wow, they know she's happy. We've followed the rules. If I say they know, oh, somebody's in trouble. For those of you who have used someone said, no wonder I haven't been invited for an interview. Yes, because you haven't put the keywords in. Those keywords are very, very necessary. They're crucial. You don't put the keywords. CPDs also count a lot. Yes, you put your CPDs, but when you are putting your CPDs into your professional summary, think about the skill that you picked from that CPD. Remember, we said that the skills, you put your skills there. When I said focus on skills relevant to the teaching job, if you learned behavior management, you put that skill there. If you learned technology, if it's a technological CPD that you were able to do, if it's a CPD on technology that you pick, you put it there. Dedicated and passionate, technologically versed teacher. Look at me, I'm even doing the hand. I picked this up when I lived in Egypt. You do this when the thing you're stressing it like, I got it well. Italians do it too, so I think it's a Mediterranean thing. So yes, another thing that we need to do there. Okay, so let me give you an example when you put all these things that we've talked about tonight together. So I'm dedicated and passionate educator with over 5 years of experience in diverse classroom settings. That's me, because I've been in diverse classroom settings. Skilled in enhancing student engagement by 30% through innovative methods. Proficient in adapting to multicultural environments. That's me, because, I've been everywhere. And fostering inclusive learning atmospheres. At no point did I say, I am a teacher who has traveled to. No, no, I'll save that for my 30-second video. So I've told you who I am now. I've told you what I have done. And in summary, I've given you all the things that you will get when I come to you. I don't know. I hope this is. I see people struggling with professional summary. That's why Omomi and I decided that this night we have to talk about professional summary. We really have to talk about professional summary so that going from now on, if someone is struggling with professional summary, we just pick this video and send it to them. Okay, I'm going to go through. I can see a lot of messages are jumping in. Someone said, no wonder I haven't been invited to interview. That might not be the only reason, but yes, that could be one of the biggest reasons, because your professional summary is the first thing they see on your CV. And if you're not juicy, let me put it that way, and demure, if it's not juicy and demure, they throw it away. Emmanuel Little, CPDs also count a lot. Yes, of course, on your CV. We'll come to the kind of CVs. That's another video entirely. This video, we wanted to focus only on professional summary, and that's why we are focusing on it. Ibukumoluwa says nice. Choma, funny J. I try. That's my hook, to hook people in. What are my previous jobs? My previous jobs, who is this? Rice Banks. My previous job, I was a microbiologist. So I tried to bring my microbiology into it. But how do I say my microbiologist? I have scientific inquiry. I have an analytical mind with a science inquiry background. So I would say a dedicated and technologically versed teacher with a science background. Do you see how I've tried to throw it in so that you know that, see, I'm coming from a science background, so expect me to be someone who not just, I want to inquire, I want to find out. I'm very into logic and logical things, and I will try to throw it in there, my logical, analytical mind and all those kind of things. What's CPD? Gift. I have a whole video on CPDs, but I'll tell you now, it's continuous professional development. In the UK, we call it continuous professional development. In the US, they call it professional development. In Australia, they call it professional development. Yeah, so different countries with the different terminologies, but it just means that is that thing that you do after you've gotten your qualification as a teacher and you continue making yourself better in the classroom. Like courses that you do to give you the up-to-date way of doing what you already do as a teacher. Lighton says, gang. Fortune, this, yes. CPDs means continuous professional development. Thank you. These are people from my mentoring group showing up for me. Yes, please. Emmanuel says, I'm a mathematics teacher and the school want me to give English role. Please advise. Yes. One of the reasons why they tell you to go and do an IELTS is because English for most, in fact, international schools, most of them are in English. There are German international schools, French international schools, and all the different international schools out there. But predominantly, they are English-speaking schools. So if you can speak English, you should be able to teach English to at least a good level. And that's why they always insist that you go and do your IELTS or show that you've had more than 12 years of instruction in English. Now, if you've had 12 years of instruction in English, you should be able to tell what a verb is, what a gerund is, what an adverb is, and you should be able to teach it if you know it. So, yeah, they might want you to teach English, but it will not be to degree level. It's usually to GCSE level. GCSE level is JS3 level. What do you do in JS3? You write stories, you write adverbial clauses, you write verbal clauses. It's not hard. It's not hard. You can always politely and professionally give them reasons why you'd rather stick to your subject. But as far as I'm concerned, give it a try. You'll be surprised that you can do it. You can, honestly. I advise to do CPD and apply same skills to teach English. Yes, yes, CPDs will help you. My 2 cents though, but I'm sure Jay will answer. You know me. I don't leave any question unanswered. Yes, there are lots of CPDs that will give you that is confidence. You can. You just need the confidence to be able to do it. So look at people who do the same thing. Buddy up with a teacher at your school who's already teaching English. Do CPDs. There's lots of CPDs out there. Allison is one. Future of Learn is one. Places. I'm talking about places that you can go for CPD now, and you'll find out that after some time you won't see. The first time I left my early years classroom, they told me to go and teach here. I taught a year 5 class. That was my first jump from teaching 3 to 5 year olds. They threw me to year 5 to teach year 5 children. I was panicking like you would think, what, Janet? You have masters, you have this. So anyway, I ended up going into that class, and I now found out I really don't want to teach EYFS anymore. And that's how I ran away from the EYFS. But I first went to Key Stage 1, and then I went to Key Stage 2. But my preferred Key Stage, I'll keep it to myself. Maybe that will be one question I'll ask one day when I'm talking to people in my Let's Talk segment of my membership group. Or I'll just ask that question. What do you guys think I prefer? Because I think there's a way I talk about each class, each year group, or each key stage, and you would know which I prefer. But we'll see how much you guys know me when I ask that question. Someone said, wow, learning so much. There are a lot of CPDs out there. Can you be specific on the one to do? I usually advise that if it depends. So I'm a maths and computing teacher, a maths and computing curriculum specialist. Okay, let me put it that way. Take 2 CPDs like safeguarding, child protection, to take 2 CPDs that will talk about the welfare of the child. 2 welfare CPDs: child protection, food hygiene, safeguarding in international schools, because it's totally different. Safeguarding in international schools is totally different from safeguarding in national schools. Take prevent female genital mutilation CPDs, because it happens and we cannot pretend it doesn't happen. Take what's this one about boys? Inspiring male students, because we all know that male students in our classroom are sometimes overlooked, and because there's a lot of concentration on girls. It's not as if they're overlooked, but anything that has to do with them is a little bit diminished. So if you take a CPD on that, you're showing a school, wow, this person knows the current trends in education, so he has gone to do a CPD on this, and this is really good. Let's see. There are lots of CPDs out there. Okay, so still on the CPD. So when you take the 2 well-being CPD, 2 subject-specific CPDs, yes, please, and 1 technology CPD. There must be 1 technology CPD. Technology is flying at a rate. We did not know when we were growing up that there will be cars that will not have drivers, but there are cars now. Tesla, you can be in your Tesla and be playing a game, and your Tesla will take you there. So there are cars now that you don't need to man them. A human being doesn't even need to sit in them, and it will work. The Google car that maps out different places is unmanned, but it is moving. And it's in a world that we are in now. But 10 years ago, we did not think it was possible. 20 years ago, when we were in primary school, we did not think it was possible. So technology, very, very crucial. If you come to the diaspora, we do not have classrooms that still use chalk. We do not have classrooms that still use a marker. Maybe you use a marker because you want to. I can't remember the last time I used a marker. I use my smart board, because I can use the smart board to write just like I write with my marker. I can use my smart board as a projector. I can use my smart board to draw a graph. because there's a graph section of it. I can use my smart board to record my class. It's like an iPad, it's a big iPad. If you want to do anything in the diaspora, take one technology CPD, two well-being CPDs, and two subject-specific CPDs. Two subject-specific CPDs. So for someone like me who is a maths and computing teacher, I will take something to do with maths and how children struggle with maths in the classroom. I will take something to do with computing and how I can incorporate computing into other subjects. Things like that. Look for anything that would show that I'm up to date on education. You can do something on classroom management. Yes, that will be the well-being aspect of it. That's not subject specific. Subject specific will be something to do with your subject. If you're a chemistry teacher, take something to do with chemistry. There are so many CPDs. If you're an early years teacher, take something to do with early years. So that's subject specific. So two of those, two well-being ones, classroom management, safeguarding, prevent, all those kind of ones. Then one technology one. And if you have those five, that's subject, well-being, and technology, 5 in total, you are fine. If you cannot do any CPDs at all, those 5 will be okay. For me, I do more than that, and I will advise you to do more than that. Just do it as your spirit leads you. Do one on communication, because you need communication to communicate with the children and with the staff. Now, that's not a well-being CPD. That's a personal CPD. So if you want to add 2 personal CPDs, it's even perfect. Now, first aid and CPR, that's a good one. Test is another good one. Yes. So there's Future Learn, Allison, Test, Coursera. There's lots of CPD approved providers out there. Please do not go to anyone that is not approved. Please try and go to the one that are approved. So those are the ones I can tell you off the top of my head. Approved. And if you start your PCPD, please finish them. You must finish them. Don't start it, then write it on your CV, and then you don't go back. No, please finish them, please, because it's not just for the certificate; it's also for the knowledge that you will gain, because you'll be asked at interview. Emmanuel says classroom management is paramount. Yes. Scaffolding, yeah, you can do that. I think CPD is peculiar to teachers abroad. Yes, but this channel is talking about trying to get people who look like this to come into schools abroad. So if you want to come abroad, you have to do CPDs. And besides, it's not only for people who are abroad. If you're in wherever home country you are in, if you do CPDs, it's to make you a better teacher for your students in the classroom. So please think about doing CPDs. It's really good. Chama says, not really, Esther. You can learn a lot from CPDs and start applying it in your day-to-day life, irrespective of your location. I love, I know exactly who is on my mentoring group when I look at the answers. You guys, I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Let me see. Is it showing? Yes. I'll make sure I have my mark next week so that when I do this, it will really come out. And Fortune said step teachers. Oh, yes. Step teachers is another one. That's a good one. So are there any questions? See, today I'm the only one. I'm missing Mommy so much. So you see, I'm finished at 7 minutes to go. Woo! Mommy will say, "Ha, Janet, you really miss me." Yes, I miss you. I know you can see me, you can hear me. So yes, I really miss you so much. You need to be here so that we can shepherd the group properly. Are there any questions before we round up today? We had a live session yesterday that talked about black tax in the diaspora. That's a good one for anyone who is on this to watch. Oh, yes, please. That was a good one for us to watch, because for teachers who are aspiring to go abroad, don't forget, as much as we have dreams and progressive thoughts, we also have to look at the limitations so that our lives can be balanced. Madam, I'm waiting for my CV correction, please. Emmanuel, I'm here talking to you now. I was online talking yesterday. I would love to. See, did you read my post on one-on-one? I'm working on something so that everyone will have one-on-one time with me. So until I'm able to sort everything, I will keep that under lock and key for now. But yes, I will try my best to go through the CV. And if I'm going through CV and I'm not here now, we will be having this beautiful chat. We will not be having this beautiful chat. So if I could split myself into two, I would. I will go through the chat. Word of advice: I do not check CVs over the weekend. One, Sundays I'm on live. I'm recording. I record at 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then 7 o'clock. I'm sitting down, and then I try to edit it. So that's my whole Sunday gone after my morning routine. On Saturday, I cook for my family. I cook, I clean. I try to be a mom because the whole week I'm doing work. So yes, you will get your CV, sibe sibe, as we say it in Yoruba. Cordelia says, I did a CPD from British Council. Yes, British Council is an approved provider. It's an approved training provider. It's just that sometimes they're a little bit expensive. Were they expensive for you? Because when I did my courses with them, I didn't pay, but I saw the price that the school paid. And I was like, whoo, that's expensive. How do I join your mentoring group? Afolake says, so Mommy has her mentoring group. I have my mentoring group. And then we both have one joint mentoring group. So if you want to join my mentoring group, just go on my channel or send me your CV. Let me write my email address here. Doodla diaspora at gmail.com. But subsequently, just look at the description box of all my videos. You will see my CV there. Folake, I hope. Falola. Ooh, that's a sweet name. Afolake Falola. Ooh. It sounds like like those kind of names that you just want to sing to. Chioma says, I love you too, Jay. You know, Chioma. You know every. Afolake says, my CV is still sitting pretty in your email too. I know. I'm here with you. Don't you like to see my beautiful face? On Sundays like this, you should see me. My family is downstairs eating. Last week, last week my husband was downstairs burning the food. But I've decided I dedicated Sundays to come here and talk to you guys every Sunday at 7 p.m. after doing all the many things I have in my days. So I check CVs during the week after work. I will do it. I promise. I do not leave any question unanswered, and I do not leave any CV unattended to. So I will get there. I promise you. Olaleye Esther. I'm also waiting for the correction as well. I should cover my face now. Guys, I will get there. Please, maybe one of you should come and be my assistant. I'll be very happy. Let's do this together because we're trying to bring more. Mom is correcting, I'm correcting. But the CVs are still there. So, but CVs, when you're looking at it, you're looking at like all the things we talked about in today's video. We're talking about the little nuances that we need to see. So it doesn't take 5 minutes. So sometimes a CV might take me 30 minutes. And if I have 300, think about it in the amount of hours. So we will get there. And I know you don't want me to just go over your CV. We'll just and just send it off to you. You won't like it. You want me to look at it under a microscope. Emmanuel says, God bless you for your good work. Don't mind me. I know you are pulling my legs, but I'm still giving you answer. Please, is Udemy approved? Yes, Udemy is approved. Udemy is an approved provider. Gift says, good day. Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo está? Let me speak Spanish to you. Before I throw my tea away. Oh, Emmanuel, me too. Yo también. I'm ready and available to be your assistant. Omo, you are already my assistant. You want to run to the CV side again? I thought we're technical support. Falake, I might be your PA. Not my too. Please don't say you want to be my TA. Ask Omo. The day she told me she will help me, I just grabbed her. She's the one that organizes the master class. Omo, say hi to everybody so that they know the wonderful person who is organizing all our master classes. We have one personal statement master class pending. I forgive me, I will make time for that. Omo, say hi to everyone so that they know how wonderful you are to the group and to the family. Bumi Johnson, I've been looking forward to joining your mentoring group. We're still waiting for you. Almost saying hi. Hey, that is it. That's my technical support. She organized the last CV clinic we had, and she's in the process of organizing the personal statement one, because it's not professional summary is small. For personal statements, it takes a lot of. We were there for about an hour and a half that day, and we were breaking down the CV one by one. I think we're going through everybody's CV one. Whew, yes, I had a meeting afterwards that I had to cancel, but it was fun. We had fun. Bumi says, I've been looking forward to joining your mentoring group. Bumi, don't mind me. I'm just one of those really meticulous teachers. Unless you pass the CV, after the CV, there's another stage. So Yoruba will say, Momi Suru. You you will after the CV stage, there's another stage. But by the time you pass through that second stage, because I'm going to ask you questions, technical questions that I will need you to answer. But if you don't go through the CV stage, you will not be able to answer those questions. So you will join. Don't worry yourself. And we are getting there. Once you send it to me and I'm able to squeeze time to look through your CV to see what you've done, then we'll move you to the next stage. Inshallah. Okay. Guys, don't mind me. I speak Arabic, French, Spanish, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. I throw it into one another, and German. So when you hear me just throwing some words in between my sentences, just so that Janet has reached that point where she's just throwing. I could be speaking to my husband in one sentence. I'll speak 4 languages. But that's me. You are really a born teacher. Am I? I was a microbiologist too. I don't know. I was minding my business because somebody told me, come and be a teacher. I'm like, okay, let me try it. And I got hooked. Almost says, hello everyone. Yes, please. Falake says you want to, okay, I will hold you to that. If you want to be my assistant, I will hold you to that. I will find you. You will run. Olaiton says, hello, Omo. Olaiton, you know Omo. On the group, she's Nazi. You know her. Bumi says, well done. Thank you. Gift says, good day, ma. Is it true, for instance, a biology teacher who studied biology will teach the 3 science subjects? Yes, if you come, you can do it. Look, they call it year 7, year 8, year 9. In Nigeria, we call it JS1, JS2, JS3. Don't let anything scare you. What does JS1, JS2, and JS3 study in Nigeria? Integrated science is integrated science. There's physics, because in integrated science, you do light, you do sound, you do reproduction, you do everything. In fact, Greek is inside that integrated science. In the diaspora, they call it science. So if you're a biology teacher, they will take you. But when you come, you will teach physics, chemistry, and biology like a teacher in Nigeria teaching integrated science. So do not fear. Do not fear. You see, fear is the how do they say it? Fear, it removes courage. So, and it doesn't give progress. So we want progress. Don't be afraid. When they tell me to do anything and I can't do it, you know where I go? You see all these CPD places that we named? I will just jump there. Let me give you a very good example. I have a Telegram group. My Telegram group, I've been struggling with it for a while. I signed myself up to Allison. I did an Allison course on using Telegram. And now I can use Telegram. If you had told me I can use Telegram before, I will tell you I cannot. Today, I will tell you, yes, I can do it. So please, we need confidence, because confidence is what sells you at that interview. So we need to start chopping liver. You know how we say it in the area. Um, Almost says yes. So I'll be waiting patiently for your lights. Yes. I know you have a lot on your plate right now. In fact, the plate, I have to have another plate under the plate so that all the food, all the, you know how far. Provin says, sure, sure. I love to hear your lovely voice. Oh, yes, please. You know I can talk for Nigeria. Emmanuel says brainstorming. Yes, please. Let's see. Ma is Mookie? What's is Mookie? I don't know. Zen educate. Right, guys. It's an hour and 5 minutes, and my people have finished eating downstairs. I'm going to go and join them so I can eat my dinner and probably go through a few CVs tonight if I don't fall asleep on it while I'm doing it. So thank you so much. Lighton says, hey, Jay and Telegram. That Telegram. I was trying to I don't know, I was trying to do it on my own the way I was doing WhatsApp, but I see that it has its own little things that I have to learn on the side. So yes, I think I've understood it now. So guys, thank you so much for being with me on this segment today. Thank you for being with us. Mommy, say hi. So yes, we look forward to seeing you next week where we'll be talking about, I think we're talking about something to do with the CV, another part of the CV next week. So stay tuned to that. Anyway, you'll see, we'll try and post it on our community pages this time. To be honest, we didn't post it on community pages for a while now because we just feel like we're not getting enough of people seeing it. So we thought people will not see it. But please, we'll post it, and please have a look at the community pages. My community page, Mommy's community page, and you will know the topic that we'll talk about in the coming week. Or look out for our YouTube advert, because when we post the live, YouTube will circulate it so you can see it. Yeah. So yeah. Thank you, Afolake. Afolake Falola. I don't know. I sing with the children's names in the class. It's part of my thing with them. So yeah, it's when they know that they've done something good. Thank you, guys. And we shall see you next week. Look out for our videos coming during the week. And we love you all. Bye. Have a beautiful week ahead. Bye, guys. Dankeschön. Oh, you're speaking my language, Livlin. Thank you. Good thing.